Hi, guys. It's time to learn about a new instrument. The instrument of the week this week is the French horn. French horns are part of the brass family. You can see they are made of the shiny, goldish kind of metal. They are long tubes twisted up in different shapes, kind of like the trumpet, the other brass instruments we learned about last week. Now, I didn't even know this. This is news to me as I was learning about this instrument. There are different types of French horns, and the type of horn depends on how many sets of tubes there are. So, here's a single horn, and here's another single horn. They are in different keys. This plays in the key of B flat, and this plays in the key of F. So, one set of tubes that twists and winds through the instrument. Here's a double horn that has both sets kind of stuck together. And there's a little button that lets you switch between the two to play a wider range of notes. So the double horn has a double set of tubes. And then, of course, I don't have a picture of it, but there is also a triple horn that has 3 sets of tubes. All French horns, double, single, triple, doesn't matter. They all use air through the mouthpiece to make a sound, as all brass instruments do. And French horns have these little valves that you can press, just like the trumpet, to change pitches. Let's take a closer look at the parts of the French horn. So here's the mouthpiece where the air blows in. It goes into these tubes. They twist and wind all around. The sound comes out the bell. The French horn has a really large bell. Here are the valve keys. There are 3 of them. So just like the trumpet, you can press down all of them, or 1 or 2, or maybe none of them to get different pitches. And there's spots to rest your thumb and your pinky when you're not using to press the valves. And of course, there's a tuning slide to adjust the tuning a little bit sharper or flatter. Some fun facts about the French horn. It's really only called the French horn in the United States. All around the world, other countries just call it the horn. When you uncoil the horn, if you unroll that tubing and stretch it out, it's 12 to 13 feet long. It's really long. The French horn plays the widest range of notes out of any brass instrument. Most orchestras use 4 or 5 horns at a time. Some composers like to use more like 7 or 8. And there's actually a song by Richard Strauss called Alpine Symphony that needs 20 horns. So that's a lot of horns in one song. As you can see from the picture, horn players place their right hand inside the bell. They press down the valves with their left hand, and the right hand goes inside the bell. And it actually helps create different pitches. The technique is called hand stopping, and you're able to raise and lower the pitches slightly with the use of this hand. Another kind of funny story is really, why do we call it a French horn? Nobody really knows. The modern day horn is descended from hunting horns. So people would go out hunting and they'd have their horn that they would blow to signal the start of the hunt. And those kind of horns were used in both France and Germany in the 16th century. So no one's really sure why it was called the French horn and not the German horn. Um, some people think maybe it's because a French composer first used the horn in a ballet in 1664. So that was really the first time the hunting horn was used musically in an orchestra. But people from Germany, Heinrich Stetzel, who we talked about helping invent the trumpet, he was really the one that developed the technique and modernized the instrument and used those valves. So he's from Germany. So no one's really sure why it's called the French horn and not the German horn. So that's probably why we just call it the horn. No confusion, right? Let's take a listen. This is a cool video of this guy. This is actually one person, and he played the French horn 6 different times to kind of create the sound of many players playing together. And here are some themes from movies. French horns have a really nice timbre, a nice mellow sound. They sound really beautiful, and so a lot of composers will use them in their movie scores. So here's kind of a little medley of songs from Pirates of the Caribbean, Harry Potter, Indiana Jones, and Lord of the Rings. So that's what the French horn sounds like. You probably recognize some of those songs. The French horn has a nice sound. It can play low notes, it can play high notes, and it's really fun to listen to. I hope you had fun. I hope you liked learning about the French horn, and I'll see you next time on Instrument of the Week. Bye.